Hello guys, so I'm continuing on with my Commander deck techs, and first I want to mention, for this deck, I'm using Allies as tribal Mardu color scheme as well, so red, black, white. The problem is, with edits, instead of adding simple pictures, Zendikar Rising is set to come out the end of 2020. Not the end, but the last set to come out, which is usually October. Zendikar gave us Eldrazi's and Allies, so hopefully some great cards come out instead of some of the creatures I have in this deck, because right now my Mardu Ally deck is halfway between Allies and half Power 2 creatures. You'll see why, because of my commander. But hopefully also we get a new Mardu commander with the Ally creature type. So then, if that does happen, I'll just change the thumbnail to my new commander. Again, to follow all my edits, I'll leave the MTG Goldfish deck list in the description below. And with that said, let's get on with the Commander deck tech. So, Alesha Who Smiles at Death, for 2 of any color, 1 red, you get a 3/2 first strike. Whenever Alesha Who Smiles at Death attacks, you may pay white or black, 2 of them. So you could do a white or a black and white in any combination as long as it's 2. You return a target creature with power 2 or less from the graveyard tapped and attacking. So this is a graveyard themed deck. Now, I wanted to make a Mardu ally deck because I felt like the Mardu colors with ally synergy is pretty good actually. So I'm using the Dragon Shield Gold Classic sleeves. This was before they released a matte, so I kind of wish I had that. Some lands are a little pimped, a little shiny. So I'm going to show them off because why not? I have 6 mountains for basics. I have 7 plains. And lastly, swamps, I have 7 as well. So, I like to call these special lands. They're also known as utilities. Ally encampment, because 1 mana to spin the ally spell. Sacrifice ally, return an ally to your hand. Pretty good for allies. Get some mana. Gain 2 life for each creature you control. There's a lot of creatures I'm going to have. So again, with staples, most staples, I'm just going to not talk about my combo. I'm just going to flip through them. Drifting Meadow, Evolving Wilds, Luxury Suit, Nomad Outpost, Warsaw Beliscula, Rakdos, Rogue's Passage, Temple, Lost God. So, for a total of 36 lands. Creatures, I do have total of 28. I do have mainly a lot of power 2 creatures that are not allies, so I'm really hoping some get released soon. Baby Gideon. Also, Stoneforge Mystic would be perfect for this deck because it is artifact based, a lot of equipment based as well. So it would be beneficial to have Stoneforge Mystic, although she is currently like $50 right now, so not really to risk or spend that much on 1 card. I'm gonna hopefully it gets reprinted soon. This allows you to Find an equipment. Caroline gets +1 for each artifact. Harsh Mentor. Here's an ally. So whenever an ally enters the battlefield, their abilities trigger. So in one game, I just had so many allies out. They got Indestructible, Vigilance, Unblockable. It was unable to prevent anything. So here's one that is beneficial for equipment. That in this battlefield, you may draw a card whenever an equipment enters. Metalcraft equips cost 0. It's great. Here's one. Equipped creatures you control get +1/+1, so additional boosting up. Other creatures get +1/+1 as long as you control an equipment. When creatures die, everyone loses life. Every creature you control have first strike, everyone else loses. Equipment spells cost 1 less to cast. Then nice. Another foil. Drana. Mage. I'm just going to flip through these now. Kabira, Lantern Scout. Mentor of the Meek. Helps to get card draw. Card draw wins games. Bruce. Little sleeve. Drana's Chosen. Iris got a victory. Not foil on an. Here is a pretty insane ally. Undo enters. All allies get trample. Tuk Tuk. Ally enters. You can destroy a target artifact. This is control right there. He's a hero. And Resolute. The rally ability. Or rally ability is probably the most synergized tribal. So if you noticed, I'm just going to move on from that conversation. So as you noticed, most of my creatures are power 2, because how else am I going to activate Alesha's ability? So this deck is really reliant on the equipment. But first, to stay in order, my 2 planeswalkers in the deck. Gideon, ally of Syndicar, allows you to generate allies so you can synergize off. Equip abilities cost 1 less to activate. That's mine. This baby Nahira is in here. I have 2 enchantments. No, 3 enchantments. All of which to help get my creatures bigger. At the beginning of combat, target creature you control gains indestructible. That's to target Alesha, so she doesn't die when I attack. Goblin War Drums. Creatures I have Menace, Intervention, Double Strike, Lifelink. Now the fun part, the artifacts in this deck. Probably the best one you want to try to get is Bloodforged Battle Axe. Now this card has been increasing in price recently. So right now it's like 7, I think. So you might want to try to get it cheap before it goes boosting off. So critical creature gets +2/+0. However, when a creature deals combat damage to a player, create a token. So you're basically creating multiple Bloodforged Battle Axes, which is beneficial for this deck to increase my small creatures by a lot. Proxy Soul Ring, because I love that art and I need to find it. So once I do, I will definitely switch it out. Bloodforged or Blackblade Reforged. Pretty standard. Blade of Cells, creating a token when your creatures attack. Captain Claws. Perfect for allies because it puts a 1/1 out. So more synergy going off with boots. Darkstore Plate, terrible proxy, might I add. So I might, hopefully we get more equipment in the new set as well. Forebearer's Blade, Vigilance Trample, Herald's Horn, Indestructible, right? Yeah. No, creatures of the chosen type. Oh, this is the tribal one. My bad. Nikote, love tapping people's creatures. Sun Forger. Sword of War and Peace. Pretty Gross one. Grapple Hook. Creature has double strike. And then Hammer of the Zim. Or Nazan. There's some good equipments here. Hand in the frame. So again, you want to get those equipment out. 14 total artifacts. Might switch up my spell amount because I have a lot, but Dark Ritual to get some mana earlier on, so you could play big stuff earlier on. Enlightened Tutor, Boros Charm, Open Armory to get the equipment cards you need. Crackling Doom, most likely is a board wipe sometimes. This is a definite board wipe because most of my creatures will stay alive. My nice Mardu Charm. Removal. Another board wipe for enchantments. Burial creatures, power 4 or greater. Removal, except for my stuff. Allied reinforcement, put 2 allies out for that synergy. Depth to the Deathless. Each opponent loses 2 times life. This basically helps me stay in game, find a card I need. Removal. Again, another greater than target creature's power, so removal except for my stuff. And then lastly, return any number of target allied creature cards, total mana cost 8 or less, from their graveyard to the battlefield. So this spell can most likely get every single ally back out onto the battlefield, triggering all those synergies again. Allies are pretty good with when entering ability stuff triggers. So 16 spells. I actually like those spells. I might not change them. The only thing I would change is creatures. Hopefully, again, we get some nice allies that have the same abilities as the creatures I already have in here. Just give them the ally creature type, is what I hope, when Syndicar Rising is released. With that said, this concludes Alesha, Who Smells of Death. Pretty self-explanatory equipment. Attack with your commander, get your creatures back out. Hopefully you have some good creatures in your graveyard. I don't really think Entomb is necessary for this deck because, or any of the creature in your graveyard, because I need to support the ally theme of it. If you're building Alesha any other way, you would probably want to include those, but mine is, again, ally. So, if you like this video, comment, and subscribe for more deck techs.